Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and I am going to be reviewing the movie Eureka 7 High Evolution. This is spoiler free. Okay, so I just got back from Otakon 2017, which is, Otakon is the largest American East Coast anime convention. And it's definitely one of, I think, the top 3 anime conventions in the United States. I think there's one in Texas that's a little larger, but it's a very, very large anime convention. Excuse me. It usually has between 30 and 40,000 attenders. And so it's a great convention. And this was my 4th visit to Otakon. So I've gone to Otakon 4 years now. And it's a great convention. And so one of the things they do at these conventions is they give premiere screenings. So I think this was the premiere screening of this film in America. Okay, and so it was really interesting. Now, the reason and I want to talk a little bit right now. So I know not everyone is aware of what Eureka 7 is. So I'm going to talk about Eureka 7, and then I'm going to talk about the film Eureka 7 High Evolution. Eureka 7 is a specific anime series. It came out, I think, in the 2000s, and it is. I'm not kidding. This really describes the whole series. It's surfing mecha. So it's what you would think: giant robots combined with surfing. And so the mechs surf in the sky, and they do combat on surfboards, which is bonkers, right? And also one of the visual cues of the series is that they have, like, each of these mechs has a trail that it leaves behind, like, you know, almost like a contrail that you would see off of a fighter jet, right? And it really is. It makes for really stunningly visual, awesome mecha combat, right? All right, so the series was out. I think the series ran maybe a few seasons, maybe 3 to 5 seasons, and I watched it. I really liked it a lot, and really enjoyed it. So now let's talk about Eureka 7 High Evolution. Eureka 7 High Evolution is a movie that is based on the Eureka 7 intellectual property. It is a prequel, so it happens before, in the timeline, it happens before the anime series, okay? And it features the adventures of Renton Thurston, and he's a young man who all he really cares about is sky surfing, right? Now, he doesn't have a mech yet, but he's this incredible sky surfer, okay? And so Eureka 7 is his story, and Renton Thurston is in Eureka 7, the anime series, and so this is showing us what happened prior to the anime series, okay? Now, I really liked the movie in that it was incredibly well animated. It had awesome mech combat, and it had surfing mechs. Like, that's enough for me. Like, I'm in. Like, that's all. Like, that's all you need to put in a movie for me to be very, very interested in it. Now, unfortunately, by the way, my rating on this movie is 4 out of 5. Now, there was a few bad things. One, if you're a Eureka 7 fan, this is a must-watch. If you're an anime fan, this can be something fun to watch. And the reason why is, basically, like I said, it's really unique. Mecha is my favorite subgenre of anime, and this is a very, very good mecha anime. And this is a movie that is a complete, concise story, okay? And you can watch it in an hour and a half. And by the way, this is a trend that's happening in anime now, which I think is a fantastic idea, where they take these huge series and they boil them into these distinct movies, where somebody can jump in and watch the movie and get a good sense of what the characters are like and what the world is like, but not have to watch 5 seasons of something. And I think that's a great idea. And so this is one of those. It's like a kernel film, right? It's a kernel of what the series is. Very, very good. I really enjoyed it. And now, there were some problems, okay? So one, generally I hate prequels, and it doesn't matter what. And the reason why I really don't like prequels is they're generally trapped stories, right? So like, Renton Thurston is our main character, right? So, we're like, he's constantly put into danger, right? And so, is he going to fall off that mech and fall to his death? Well, I already know the answer. This is a prequel, so nothing's going to happen to him. He's not going to get even a slightest scratch, right? So that's a problem. So I don't like prequels. The other thing is, because this is a prequel and they're dealing with characters that are already existing, they really kind of had to manufacture some drama, and they used time jumps throughout the film to do this. They would do play forward, play back, and it got wonky. They would be like, 2 weeks ago, 13 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago. And like, it sounds like I exaggerated, but that was an exaggeration. That was not an exaggeration. Like, it was really hard to follow. There was so much, like, I'm like, I understand that we now tell non-linear stories, but there's a limit, like, you have to keep it clear what's happening. And so, and it was definitely challenging to follow. So, and it wasn't just me thinking that. There were people that started laughing in the film. They were like, and I heard a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, are you following this? And the other people would be like, no, I don't know what's happening. So, and it was weird too, because they had brought the Japanese director all the way over from Japan. So I think he probably caught that, when the audience was reacting that way, which is like, So it was interesting. I really liked the film a lot. I'm a big fan of Eureka 7, and I really, really liked this film. I thought it was excellent. I highly recommend it if you get a chance to see it, although I understand that, this type of film would be difficult to see. But when it's out on Blu-ray or D&D, or if it drops on Crunchyroll or Hulu or Amazon Prime or Netflix, it's definitely worth watching. And also, if you get a chance to watch Eureka 7, absolutely worth watching. Take care.